Who your GOAT, bro?
My GOAT?
Who your GOAT?
I mean, you can't spell Jeffrey without a Y, so it's GOAT Jeffrey Jordan.
Man, what?
What you mean?
Bro, this was named after LeBron, bro. He say, man, look, the greatest of all time, you, bro. So it's either gonna be LeBron or the Pebble.
LeBron, what's his real name? Ramon?
Ramon, yeah, Ramon.
I don't see no Y.
You spell Jeffrey with Jordan, with
Hey.
Jeffrey Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
I mean, you should spell it Pebble. But, you know what I'm saying? But we'll just keep it that way. But it's about LeBron, man.
Man, shout out to my boy over there, Goldie. Goldie, greatest of all time, you. Shout out for him getting us, with the drip for our latest podcast, for our latest episode, man. Got us all together with a nice hat. See, he's got the flavors up here, the yellow one, the fatigue one, and I can say that's the tougher one, but that's the MLK.
That's the MLK one right there. That's the MLK
one, man. My boy got.
Shout out to Boat Right.
We got the shorts. My boy got the t-shirt hoodie, man.
Oh, the hoodie.
So anybody that want to go shop, you can find him on his IG page at BGoldieATL. BGoldieATL, man. That's his Instagram page, man. You can find everything on there that you need. Everything is doing well on there. I've been following him for a while, man. So definitely go out there and get some of your latest merch. Man, it's very good quality. I love everything about it, man.
And make sure, guys.
I feel like a GOAT for real.
Put the 94 feet. The 94 feet in the promo code. 94 feet in the promo code to make sure, look, he going to show you some love 94 feet all day long. But Cam, the Pebble the GOAT.
Crowley the ref, beat on my chest, might get a tag. What you expect? They know I'm a dog, I go at their neck. The screen on reject, I'm leaning them left. I mean with the left, but I'm snatching them right. About to take flight, yikes. 94 feet, you full court press, don't impress. Move like a vet, I got them upset, yeah. Stress, 3 so wet. Make a head coach, switch up the defensive set, that's better than stretch. Study your film, get you some rest. Ballin' since a little one from a pee-wee, I been elite. Been a walking bucket, high school highlights all on TV. From the Julie to a new league, you barely hooped in PE. Killer kinda skinny like a team at Oop the VC. They in beast mode. Walking cheat code. This shit easy. Like a free throw. They talk real hoop. 94 feet though. They talk real hoop. 94 feet though.
What's going on there, everybody? This is 94 Feet Podcast, man. I'm your host, Cam Tatum.
And it's your boy Skinny the Pebble.
And today, man, we got a great show for you, man. We got a Hinesville legend in the building, man. NBA champion, Tennessee Vols legend, Jordy McRae. What's going on? Welcome to the show, baby.
I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all having me.
Man,
Appreciate it.
So,
I appreciate it.
All right, bro, we got to bring you to the table. Ask you the first question, man. First person give you some work, man. First person. Make sure I got to get back in the gym, man.
I guess being from where I'm from, I say had to be Cashmere Right.
Cashmere Right.
Yeah, probably Cash. Hoop Planet. He was committed to. He almost went to Tennessee, and he wound up going to Cincinnati. Yeah.
Where you played him in like high school? Was it
yeah, just high school.
Like in the area down there.
Open gym down there.
Okay.
You know.
Cashmere has some handles.
No, Cash that game. Cash a lot of game. He went to college and started becoming like a point guard, but before that,
he was over there getting it.
Yeah.
So coming from South Georgia, man, I don't know if you got to see the whole state and the whole city. You know what I'm saying? I know we were talking about where you from. 2 high schools down there. Hinesville. Shout out to Hinesville. Hey, 16, man. Shout out to I-16.
No, we ain't nowhere near.
No, it's a long way. It's a long way out, but I got a ticket out right there. They called it Hinesville. And boy, listen.
There's so many streets before that, man.
Listen. I was doing 95 and a 65 on 16, man. That man got out to call me. Why the hell you going so fast? Well, I apologize, dog. I'm trying to get to Savannah, dog. It ain't nothing there. Like it's a big stretch of land. Dog, on 16 is nothing but land and hurricane evacuation.
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
no gas station.
2 lane.
It's just 2 lane. It's just 2 lane, dog. That's why all them kids be getting killed on 18 because they be trying to go past them and stuff. And they be about to risk their life, and they get. That's why every about 2 years you'll see some students from Georgia Southern getting killed on the highway because you just literally 2 lanes here.
2 lanes going back.
So you can't pass. Somebody going slow as hell. How we got 5 lanes, they got 2 on 16, and they're gonna take you all the way until you get to Savannah and go through Savannah.
So you
basically like one way going both ways.
Yeah. So you stopping.
Well, it's 2 ways. It's 2 lanes. It's actually 2 going, 2 coming.
So when you going, it's like Dublin, it's like you Macon, Valdosta, you passing all that.
Meta, all those, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of country time. Yeah. Oh, real South Georgia
Georgia.
shit. Real South Georgia. But coming from where you come from, man, who's the players you looked up to? You said, man, I'm going to model my game, or this person inspired me.
Back then, like I said, it was Cash. Cashmere was nice. Savannah High, we talked about it yesterday.
Casey.
Yeah.
Casey Mitchell.
Okay.
Casey Mitchell was cold. It was cold. Markeith, he went to Beach. You know, those are the guys. Kennesaw State. Those are the guys that we seen first get like college offers.
Okay.
Like, you know, WTOCA averaging like 20 a game. Your man Casey was first team All State with like Jordy Minks and all that.
Jordy.
Yeah. So he was nice.
So like, and like I said, I had my stints. That was in my class. Casey.
Oh well, with Cam, you know Cam old as hell. So I would also would.
But what about a hunter for real?
Yeah, I would also see him.
How about a hunter?
So anytime they came, if they came down to Savannah, any team from up here, I remember Chris Allen came. He came to Savannah one time. Thing was sold out by like Wednesday. The game went until Saturday.
So you were like 5 years old watching Cam and shit in high school.
Nah. We played college ball.
Yeah, we played college.
Oh, I thought you were like 5 watching Cam. Man.
Listen, man, I tell you, Cam's older than what everybody think, though. So
Cam about 50 for real.
That's crazy. I just got an old soul, but I'll take that.
Hey, you know,
nah,
man,
but real talk, he was nice though. So
you know,
I
I
would
ain't
see
about
all
to be
them.
doing too much, man. You know, I just be chilling, shorty. You know what I'm saying?
But no, yeah. So like, speaking of Casey Mitchell, I know this is your show, but like I used to have my battles with Casey, and some of the things that I want to talk about is like guys like him, guys like Markeith. I know Markeith, and now guys like you that didn't really. Can you talk about like what I want to say that you guys are really the definition of getting it out of the mud, because there is no nobody comes to Savannah. So like, how did you become Jordy McRae? How did you become the Kentucky Derby, All-American, and ended up being this highly talented recruit?
Well, so I played for the South Georgia Kings. It was like a AU team just around there.
In that area.
And, the furthest that we went was here. We only went to Atlanta. We went to Atlanta every weekend. We played in YBOA. We played this.
Y'all catch none of them Florida runs either?
Nah, we came to Atlanta. We got in that van, 4 hours almost all the time.
Atlanta was it.
Atlanta was it for us.
Spot.
I think we went to Tennessee once. Maybe. Or it might have been deep Georgia. It looked like Tennessee, hell. But it was an All-American camp.
Dalton.
Yeah, might have been.
Yeah.
It was an All-American camp. It was all freshman, all sophomore, and I went. And then the Atlanta Celtics was there.
Okay.
And then they seen me. My parents, they talked to my parents. It was like, okay. My parents wanted me to go, and I didn't want to go, because for me, I didn't want to leave all my boys I've been playing with forever. But it turns out that was one of the best decisions that my parents made for me. Because once I got with the Celtics, we was on planes. That was my first time ever on an airplane.
You actually expanded.
I
expanded.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
So when I went from no offers to now I got offers from everybody. And now I got people actually coming to Hinesville, which was crazy because back then where we from, ain't nobody, like you said, ain't nobody coming down there. Ain't nobody coming down there.
Unless you're military.
Unless you're military. And that's when you forced to.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So my parents making me play with the Celtics, it changed everything for me.
So your recruiting came not from what you did in high school, it came from Atlanta Celtics, and your high school benefited from it.
They benefited from it for sure.
Gotcha.
Because nobody, like I said, I myself, I got on my first airplane ride when I was with them.
So let me ask you this, just doing because you were a guy that got it from the AAU route, and I wouldn't say Cam as well. It's been a lot of pushback. They were saying kids been playing a lot of basketball early. They shouldn't play AAU basketball. But here it is, somebody like you was like, hey, I made my name in AAU. And we can got countless players that made their name in AAU.
I think that AAU shit now, I think it's hurting the kids more than it's helping.
Okay.
Like, it helped me. But the reason why I think it's hurting them, because when I was 16, I know times changed. Like, I ain't 40. I don't know how old you is, but I ain't.
Hey, man, don't be calling me out like that.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I ain't.
Cam older than me, though.
Nah, but even, but I was just but I was telling y'all before the show. I'm 30 years old. 30 ain't old.
Yeah.
So I'm not that far removed from AAU.
Yeah.
But the shit is totally different. If you lost Friday night, you had to play at 8 a.m. Saturday morning. Mm-hmm. You had to play at 10. You had to come back and play at 1 just to get back in
Sunday.
Just to get back to Sunday.
And you still got to play 3 games.
So it's like,
Sunday.
but I maybe 4 to win the championship. But the thing about it was, I never once told my coach I'm sore, my body hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hoop.
Yeah.
I don't even. What's crazy? I don't even remember ever stretching. Like, we didn't stretch. We got off the van because first of all we was late to all the tournaments anyway. The game started at 7. We hopped off the van at 6:55. So we changed on the van and shit. So we hooped. That's what we wanted to do.
That 16-year-old body though.
A dude told I was in Knoxville with K Hall last week. They said one of the top recruits in the country was 16. He was sitting down. They said, "What's wrong with you?" I'm resting.
He Kawhi Leonard and
I
all that.
played too many games this weekend.
They low managing already.
They low management in AAU. Like the whole game with these kids, man, it's changed, and I don't like it. I ain't had no trainers. We ain't do that. We hooped. We played basketball. Open gym.
These niggas is prima donnas. It's like this shit is turning into like prima donnas.
It's turning into something that basketball ain't supposed to be.
And then it's almost to the extent of like, yeah, you trying to give your kid confidence, so it's kind of like, all right, you act like a pro, you train like a pro, but now you also give them a false sense of
entitlement. Yeah.
I say one of the best things that happened to me too, and I didn't realize it. My parents didn't know shit about basketball. That was great for me, and I didn't know that then. But now look at these kids now.
The parents that
they
know,
dad talking too much. They calling, they
kids.
shopping them. My parents, somebody told me, you know, your son can go to school for free. My parents' response was, for real?
They just wanted to go to school for
They was like, is he that good? They had no idea.
Nah, I mean, a lot of the kids, they raising their kids to go pro, but that's what you're seeing is that now because they making their own name. I mean, high school kids are getting, like, LeBron James probably the biggest high school kid we've seen getting pubbed, right?
Yeah.
But kids are getting pubbed bigger than that, and they really, like, me and you just saw, they probably can't, they just got a good highlight reel.
But that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
I remember we walked in the gym. I'll never forget this in my life. We were in 9th grade. We walked in when Vols used to have his tournament. Wild was the Prather.
Mm-hmm.
We walked in. They said, that's the #1 9th grader right there. It was Brandon Knight at the time. Okay. He playing with 17 and under. Killing. We like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm like.
Can we just have a moment of silence for Brandon Knight, though, real
man.
fast? Just bow our heads real fast, man.
B Knight can play, man.
I ain't saying that he can't.
I say he always can play.
But God, dog.
He's had a string of bad luck, but he can play.
Yeah.
But I respect the hoopers, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Did y'all work out like that? Or y'all just played?
I was born with muscles.
Played a lot.
We
like,
played.
We didn't.
I was born with muscles, dog.
We played.
Yeah, no,
like,
he's talking about
my shit organic.
Training.
No, I'm just trying. I mean, my shit organic.
I'm saying,
I'm organic.
See,
I trained, but
in hindsight, we didn't train. We played.
They don't understand that type of basketball.
We played in high school. We played Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. And in our city, the best day to go to the gym was on Sunday. We weren't missing no Sunday run.
Right.
We played our high school games Friday and Saturday, but that Sunday run, we there. No matter what happened on 2 days. That's what we did.
These kids nowadays.
It's the hunger. Y'all had hunger.
They don't want to hoop though, and it wasn't even a hunger. It's just we love the game though. We love the competition. I can't tell you how many times me and him almost got in fights, and me and K Hall done argue just on some straight hoop
stuff. Like
not
I just
even
want to kill you.
Kids ain't like that no more. Like if I go at you now, they cool. Damn that! I'll shut this bitch down because you going at me, I'm going at you. So turn into a 1-on-1 match before you just be busting my ass.
That's just how that's why. And then I hate to always be the person like me in my day coming up. But
I hate saying that.
But that's how it is. I just feel like
when I'm talking to teams,
like
I don't like saying that shit. I don't like saying, oh, when I was 16, when I was 17, because time changed. When we played, it was 3 niggas who was getting hoop mixtapes, Ball's Life. Everybody ain't get that shit.
Yeah, not everybody got
Everybody
has
got
one.
one. Everybody got one.
You ain't get no hoop mixtape if you was the 90th player in the country. Who want to see that?
Hey,
I don't want to see them now.
I don't want to see it now.
Hey, you wake up, you got a mixtape now, dog.
You average 10 points. You got a whole 10-minute mixtape.
Also, too, man, me and Jordy talked about this yesterday, a little bit off the air, man. I'm tired of seeing all these trainers with all these obstacle courses.
I got a rule. If I walk in there and there's more than 6 cones on the court, I'm out.
Hey, trainers, so if you try to work out with Jordy McRae, don't set no cones up, no dummy mans. Just
6 cones.
And stop training everybody like they the star player, man. Everybody ain't the star. You can't go to cone and do 15 moves, and in the game you're only allowed to do 1 dribble.
Hey, so do you think like let's say like you a high school player and you really good, let's say you're a shooter, it's just good just to perfect that shit, or you think, or let's say you a big and you good as hell, well look, do you think a big should work on other shit?
And now you do.
I think it's always good to expand your games in the parameter of what your game is. So my thing is, if you're a shooter, if you're a lights out shooter, now let's work on people. What is everyone gonna do when they see you? They're gonna run you off the line. Let's work on side dribble shot, pump fake dribble, take 1 dribble in, working more.
Get your counters. Your
Get
counters.
your counters. But
right.
if you
Counters to what you're already
if you're a shooter and now you're working on doing 5 in and outs, like they don't want you doing that. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to perfect your craft in different ways, but you got to do it within who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing hook shots, so you're gonna graduate from hook shots and now you're shooting threes. So there's nothing in between that. You got to work on shimmies. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
trying to be Brook Lopez out there, man. He coming in as a center now. You know what I'm saying? He about to. Hey, that boy. Hey,
I ain't gonna speak on that.
hey, K. Hall gonna win the 3-point contest. Well, I'm telling you.
I ain't gonna speak on
You got
that.
him. Yeah, you. K. Hall about to go shoot threes now, man.
So see, it's a difference between. I know it's different between being a shooter. I know I'm not a shooter, but I can knock down the shot.
If
I take the
it's
shot,
time and score though.
Yeah, but like it's I'm one of them niggas like if I shoot 2 and miss 2, all right, I'm looking like all right, let me goddamn figure out other ways.
Get back to what
my
I
shit,
do.
you feel me?
Yeah.
It's niggas out here. Dong,
Man.
my nigga, that's not you. Nigga, you going away from what you do.
Man, I told Kyrie to his face, and he started laughing at me. I said, "You and Steph Curry are the worst things that ever happened to
I
all
definitely
the kids."
say Steph.
I told Kyle that, and Kyle started laughing at me. I'm like, "Bro,
For real.
Kyle works on that." But everybody see him and just think, and he does a lot of it for a purpose. But they see it and just think he out there being hot sauce.
Yeah.
Hey, dog.
Like, but what's crazy. He's one of the most skilled players to play.
Bro, handle
That's what
package.
people don't realize. And
Bro, handle
it's a
package.
difference between like Kyrie does that shit. He proves it time after time. It's a difference between being a nigga who does it and being a nigga who can do it.
Yeah,
Like
Kyrie
I
good.
can shoot. I can knock down a jump shot. I've done it. But
that's not
nigga,
what.
if it's I'm not gonna sit there and just take every open shot, nigga, when I got other niggas who
That's who do that.
shit. Who do that shit? You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm listening to you and you going back to old school values.
Mhm.
So let's look at a guy like the Joker, 7-footer, handling the ball, bring it down, shooting 3. Give me your thoughts on that, man.
So I played with him last year.
Okay,
He's one of the most smartest players
I see it.
out there. And
Right.
the thing about him, he had to prove that he can do that.
Right.
You gotta understand. I've been on a team where I got a rebound. I'm outlet to him,
Oh, damn.
and he the center.
That's
Right.
crazy.
He's so smart, and that's the thing about him. He ain't fast.
Right.
He's not athletic. But when you know the game, you can get away with a lot more shit than maybe if you don't know it.
I like him around how he play around that
And
bucket.
He play
can
everywhere.
shoot,
He
do
can
it.
score from
Man,
everywhere.
and it's times where it's like he's so low maintenance. It's like, man, you tell him like, hey, I'm like, yo, you ain't shooting the last 10 minutes. You right. I ain't. Like he not even thinking.
he got it.
Because he got so much control of the game.
he got so much
He
feel.
also has a European mindset.
Well, see, that's
too.
the next question I wanted to ask, and not trying to cut you off, Cam. You look at him, you look at Luka. Now, my debate to the world with Luka is that this is a guy that's been playing professional since he was 14 years old. His skill set is far more advanced than the average rookie, if you will. So, just your thoughts of Luka versus what a lot of folks saying, oh, man, he ain't, well, shit, he just got you 3 triple-doubles with 40s. So, I mean, he got to be something.
Well, the thing about them, the thing about Europeans, I don't play everywhere. The thing about Europeans and Americans, we're taught to hoop.
Mhm.
We taught to go out there, play, do your thing. They're taught how to play.
They talk to win together. Team.
They don't play like that. It's some clubs in Europe, you can tell you, they would rather everybody on the whole team average 10 than one player average 30.
30.
That's how they are. They play the right way. They make the extra pass. There's no star.
Yeah.
Luka got game and he's smart. When I played him in Europe, the court was smaller. And I'm like, oh, once the court gets expanded and you got people who can pass it to, you can't stay in front of him. Luka like 6'8", like
Luka
220,
Yeah,
225. So, and he playing the point. He's playing the point, but he guarding the 4.
But then he
You know what I'm
can
saying?
shoot it, then he can back you down. Then he got the Dirk Nowitzki fade
If you
away.
can't shoot in the NBA, you will not be successful.
You can't make it.
Man,
Not anymore.
nah.
I.e.,
Shoot
Giannis.
Giannis.
Giannis struggles every playoff series.
Because he can't shoot.
And during the regular season, this is my point of view. I can't speak for every NBA player. Ain't nobody taking no charges, loading the paint, 82 games. It's hard. You're tired. You want to do it. The stars play a whole lot of minutes. But in the playoffs, you know what you're playing. You know who you're playing every night. His numbers go down drastically. He averaged 30 in the regular season. His numbers drop in the playoffs.
On that number, go keep on it. There's another player I want to ask you about. Then we'll get back to your story too.
Yeah.
But his numbers drop.
His numbers drop.
But I don't understand why.
Because you ain't taking no elbows and knees from him for 82 games.
But why? I mean, this just basketball to me.
Mhm.
Who the Nets don't have a son. Blake Griffin is your son right now.
Mhm.
Blake Griffin just held Giannis to what, 14 points last night?
Mhm.
14? Why you just
Yeah,
don't
18.
18.
Yeah.
Why you just after they down 49? Why you just don't drop lower? You ain't gotta catch the ball up there.
Who Giannis?
Giannis. Catch it lower, catch
you-
it below the wall.
But you got to think though. Does he have a real back to the basket game though?
But
Giannis's game is I'm long as hell, I'm full speed, I'm Euroing,
yeah,
you fouling me. But now you got to think about it. Everybody they built around him is shooters.
that is
They
true.
want the floor open to let him drive.
But
And then when they pack that paint, now he's shooting. Now I see Giannis shoot more fall away, one-legged fadeaways last night than I ever seen.
but he ain't hitting.
But he has to get when you're paid that much money, you
You
got
gotta
to get
hit
the
them.
shots.
Yeah.
He can't close the game with 7 shots.
You can't close the game, but like we seen Giannis the last 2 games they played Brooklyn, and I said Milwaukee got a chance because.
No, they don't.
But the last 2 games, of the regular season when they played.
But see, they never had a chance.
But see,
And they know that. The only chance was
hey,
trying to get Drew Holiday so him and Chris Middleton can take some of the pressure off of Giannis to score all the time.
yeah, but Giannis, I still think.
And then I feel sorry for Drew. Drew got to guard Kyrie. Then he got to guard James. Then he got to guard.
but
KD.
he lucky hard now.
And that's why the whole defensive player of the year shit's capped.
Very much cap.
But now, on that note, I'm not meaning to cut you off. Number 1 draft pick, Ben Simmons can't shoot no farther than him.
But
What you think
he
about
affect
that?
the
He
game
struggles
so
in the
much.
playoffs. He struggles in the playoffs. And every year when they get done with the playoffs, what do they say? All the analysts say what they need. The Sixers need shooting.
He shoot.
The Sixers got, now look at this. They got Ben. They got Joel. Then what they got after that? Shooter.
And
'Cause
nobody can win the game shooting with him either on Philly.
It's tough for him. I mean, it's a tough thing. Ben's good at what he does. Ben's an excellent passer. And I'll tell you this, when Ben's running downhill, he can move, and he's big, and he's strong as hell.
Yeah.
So you're going to get the hell out of Ben West.
And he can score. I mean, he can score. They don't
That's
like
the
the way
thing,
he
but
scores.
Ben can shoot, and I mean he can't shoot, but he makes it up with a lot of shit. Ben guards,
Defensively.
He's a good defender.
and that's what I say about defense, about the NBA.
Yeah,
Ben guards the best player every night,
absolutely.
no matter height.
Absolutely.
Giannis gets weak side blocks.
Yeah.
He gets passing lane steals. Giannis don't match up with KD.
Giannis a lurker. Team defense. Giannis,
He's the defensive player of the year the last year in the playoffs when Jimmy was getting 40.
yeah.
He didn't match up with him.
No.
When KD going off, he don't match up with him.
No.
How the hell you the defensive player of the year?
He lurked.
He lurks. Like last night when he blocked Kyrie, I'm pretty sure Kyrie
didn't see him
He
coming.
didn't see him because Kyrie wouldn't have did that. He he got so much shit he would have avoided him. But that's what he gets. And I feel like the NBA wanted.
Is that kind of same thing like Draymond Green?
Think about Draymond smart though, man.
Draymond guarding 5s too, man.
Draymond
Draymond
smart.
guarding
Draymond-
spot in the court.
I wouldn't say. I mean, obviously Draymond don't have the downhill moves how Giannis got. But as far as on the defensive end,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Draymond reminds me kind of Bron because Bron can do a whole walkthrough by himself. Bron knows every play that every
Draymond's
team
like
runs in the
that.
league, and Draymond's like that.
Okay. So that's what makes Dray. That's his guy.
And that's why no matter what, Draymond 0 points, 0 for 20 don't matter. He's gonna affect the game in many different ways.
That people.
But
That
that's
people
what
don't.
we
I don't
see.
feel like Giannis does that.
So
So,
speak.
so,
go ahead.
so we're gonna continue with yours.
Mhm.
So now we at the point where now you are, your junior year, and so after you play with the South Georgia Kings, now your junior year, you're full time with the Celtics,
Mhm.
and you average. What are your averages your junior year?
And with the Celtics,
Yeah, or do they have averages in the
back then they didn't do that. Not for us. Not back then.
And so like now they have it.
Oh no! Now they have everything. They got the shooting percentages.
Hey, they got paper printouts now. You know, he had the regular box score with the
Yeah,
check
we had the
lines,
box
yeah,
score.
with the circle
Oh,
and the
I
X
didn't
and
think
shit.
about that.
He
Yeah,
had box
you're right.
scores,
You're right.
dog.
We had box scores.
So now who's on your team with that Celtics team?
My junior year it was just me. Oh no! Your junior year is your last year at AU? That's your last year at AU.
Your sophomore year.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's
your
your
junior
sophomore
summer.
No, I'm sorry. So yes, your junior year is your last year. At
Okay,
AU.
so that team, it was me, Trey Golden, and Ryan Harrow. We were all on the same team. We didn't have very much inside, big help, but for us three, it was
That
crazy.
Derek Favors was already.
D Favors a year of
Yeah,
above us.
yeah. They're
D
five
Favors
nine.
is you.
Team when I played y'all niggas?
D Favors 09
No, I know Trey was on the team when we played them. niggas.
because he played up. So
Oh,
Trey
right.
played up. He played 17 under 2 years in a row. Yeah.
So y'all. So how did y'all do that year?
We did well, but like any team that you got like a top 10 big, like in the country, they would kill us.
Yeah, 'cause
'Cause
I
we
couldn't
didn't
guard.
have no
We ain't
bigs.
big.
We couldn't guard them.
Y'all was the
And-
Brooklyn Nets.
And back then, we wasn't really into guarding like that either. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like
y'all was a show.
we were a show.
Y'all
Tell me
was-
real,
especially Ryan.
offense gets you recruited, man. Offense gets you in the school.
I mean,
for most players,
no.
offense
I
gets you in
mean,
school.
you know, you don't want to be too real with people.
Yeah.
But I'm long. You know what I'm saying? I'm athletic, and back then I was really athletic.
Mhm.
So I got a lot of blocks. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is,
wingspan, right?
nobody recruited me for that shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
7 foot
I got
wingspan.
7'2" wingspan, so I could block people. They think they're around me. They think they're shooting from me. I block it. Average like 5 blocks. I think I'm top 10 in Tennessee in blocks all the time. And there's no emphatic blocks. There's just people shooting my face. I'm getting
Just
tips,
tell me.
Yeah.
little tips and shit. The thing about it is, no matter if I got 10 bucks a game, they're not recruiting me for that. That's not why I got recruited.
Scoring average. That's the only
Scoring.
thing. Points per game is the only thing
I
that matters.
score. I score. That's what I've always been.
So you go into your senior year after playing with that team. You averaging 24 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 blocks per game. That's what we're talking about. Your block. You having 4
Yeah,
blocks
before
a
my
game
senior year.
in your senior year of high school.
Yeah.
So now, as well as you're being listed as a number 10 shooting guard and the number 38 player in the nation in 2010, which really doesn't make sense to me. How you going to be the number 10 shooting guard but number 38 overall?
That don't
But
make sense.
That makes zero sense.
Let me go look real quick.
No, I'll tell you. I know.
Yeah. Who was in that?
Well, he about to have
And
his
that
Dre. He
class-
got to have his Draymond moment
man,
right here.
listen, man.
I
But
know.
it's the thing. We had hoopers though, and
Yeah.
and like I said, I respect hoopers. I know it was Kyrie, Harrison Barnes, Brandon Knight, Jared Sellinger, Will Barton, Perry
I got to
Jones,
know. Harrison Barnes was number 1.
Deron
Kyrie
Lamb.
was number 2. Josh
Josh
Selby was
Selby.
number 3. Jared Sullinger was number 4. Brendan Knight's number 5.
Tobias.
Tobias Harris is number 6. Perry Jones is number 7. Ennis
Damn,
Cantor
you and
is
Tobias
number
Harris
8.
the same recruiting class at
Mhm.
Tennessee?
Terrence
Terrence
Jones
Jones.
is number 9. CJ Leslie is number 10. Corey Joseph is 11. Tristan Thompson is 12. Will Barton is 13.
Reggie Bullock,
Reggie Bullock is 15. Tony Mitchell, I know y'all remember him bouncing from Texas, 16.
Deshaun Thomas,
Josh Smith, Patrick Young from Florida.
Joe
Deshaun
Jackson from
Thomas,
Memphis.
Joe Jackson.
crazy.
Deion Waiters
And look, I think Deion Waiters is
is
21.
21. Adrian Payne is 22.
Jelon
Jelon
Kendricks
Kendrick
is
is 23.
23.
Deron Lamb is 24. Ryan Harrow is 25. Your teammate.
Yeah.
Ray
Ray
McCallum from Detroit. He played with he played in the league for a while. Then Sacramento.
Yeah.
Kendall Marshall from North Carolina is 27. Vanderblue 28.
Jeremy Richmond, Myers Leonard. You got-
Miles Leonard, Roscoe Smith, Terrence Ross,
you got to think
Dwight Powell.
out of that 20, out of that 34 he just named, about 20 of them are current NBA players.
right now.
Applin, he was cold.
Ian Miller was nice.
Ian Miller.
And all
There's
this your
Jordan
graduating
McRae.
year right
Yep.
off the bat.
Right off the bat.
And Jordy, you still got after you. There's Georgie Jane.
This the nation right here.
This is Stacy.
Man.
This the nation.
Okay, so you in good company though, Jane. Right?
Victor Oladipo is 101 on there? 99?
You in good company, Jay.
Yeah.
Like, and it's really, honestly, man, I see now. Like, not saying that these players are better, but I'm
we had
saying
a tough
that.
class.
But y'all
Yeah.
had your shoot. I'm talking about as far as you being number 10 in the shooting guard. That's a lot of
But
names.
you got to think
bro,
too, though,
like,
Cam. But this shit is off of like 1.5 years of AAU basketball, no high
I
school
played
club.
the Celtics for 2
years.
Yeah.
I mean,
2 years.
So this is you can't like his high school. He played a high school game. It's just the locals there.
But see, but from where I'm from, like,
Yeah.
once because the way our media is, y'all have so much talent in Atlanta.
Yeah,
What you do in AAU ain't getting in the newspaper.
yeah.
What I'm doing in AAU is in the newspaper every Sunday. Because it's a huge deal for us.
Because that's y'all town.
That's
yeah.
our town. Our town getting a nationally ranked player. We got D1 coaches coming to games. That was a huge deal. It wasn't too much in Hinesville that I couldn't do.
Yeah, I mean, but because you the man there.
It was a big deal. It was a big
but
deal for us.
it ain't come from high school. You know what I'm saying? Like
It didn't come from high school, but
yeah. But you put your school on the map.
yeah, because we
Yeah.
were so crazy is we could never beat Atlanta teams. We would go 20. My senior year, we were 20,
you had
26
another
and
somebody
1.
else on your team.
Ryan Brown. He went to
Ryan Brown.
Miami. With
Miami
Division
with
II.
DeQuan
He's
Jones.
ranked. He's top 100. We couldn't beat y'all.
I mean, because Atlanta gonna have
y'all were too big.
I'm gonna say you're gonna have 4 or 5 other guys too.
We lost the game before. We were going to play Chris Singleton and Delwan one year.
John Woody.
We were done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played the 4 sometimes. I couldn't guard Chris Singleton or Delwan. They had 100 pounds on me.
Shout out Delwan and Chris Singleton.
Yeah.
Get y'all on the show.
Yeah, they had 100 pounds on me. One year, Derek Favors, why the hell is D-Fave, why was you playing 3A basketball, man? Take your ass to 5A, bro. South Atlanta.
Shout out
D-Fave numbers, man. Y'all look up some of D-Fave's numbers that year. 40
Crazy.
points,
Hey.
30 rebounds, 20
rebounds.
blocks.
Yeah.
Man, D-Fave, nigga. D-Fave, get out of here, man. Oh, you in 3A.
Hey, but the deal is that the city of Atlanta changed so much. You know what I'm saying?
No. Y'all changed schools so much.
No, I ain't saying that they don't, but I'm saying like the population, like these folks started to change. Like South Atlanta, they started making it more like a Madden school.
See, but you know the difference
Then they
between
kick the folks
y'all
out.
and us two, y'all value basketball. Basketball means something.
Yeah.
Say I wanted to go to the other school in our county.
Yeah.
The people will drive to my house and see if I live there. You have to live in that zone. And if you move there during the year, they make you sit out a year.
Yeah.
Like in college.
It's technically like that here too.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Technically. Hold on. Technically.
I was about to say, it's not.
Hold on, Harry.
If you on
Technically.
BS, I mean, they'll get you.
Technically.
Yeah, I'm saying, because I mean, you got to think about it. Jalon himself went to like 3 schools.
Yeah.
Jalon went to Wheeler.
Yeah.
He went to Westlake. And he going to both schools that are championship
Hey, man,
schools.
they wrote us down with parlay departments, man.
Man, somewhere. I don't know where they.
Yeah, the departments.
So now you're now obviously, man, averaging those numbers that we talked about, 24, 8, 7, and 4 blocks a game. Obviously, your recruiting is starting to heat up. Can you talk about some of the teams? I mean, some of the schools.
And why not Georgia, man? Why not Georgia, man? Why not Georgia?
So I'm gonna get on what you asked me first.
Yeah, why not Georgia, man?
So I showed
Hometown.
up to UGA for a team camp. I'm not. They don't know me yet. I show up with that camp when I'm still playing with the South Georgia Kings. We had a tournament in Georgia. The Georgia recruiters there. They're looking at people to go to the camp. So I was one of them who was selected to go. They asked me to go. I didn't ask them. They asked me. So I'm there hooping. One of the coaches, I'm standing behind him. I don't know if he knew I was there or not. He was like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And I'm just like, damn.
You invited me.
Y'all asked me, and they like, who is this guy? Like, who you think he is? Like, what he doing here? Like, on that type of level. So when I blew up and came with the Celtics, I wish I would have knew he was gonna ask me. I got the letter. UGA wrote a letter and said, don't forget who saw you first. And I was like, man, the hell with y'all. I would never have gone there. Because when I was there, you treated me like shit. But now I done got on the national scale, and now you want to send me all these letters.
I seen you first.
I seen you
They
first.
pulled a Ray J on you, man.
Hey, don't worry about
They
it.
pulled a Ray J on you.
Soldier boy.
Hey, Soldier Boy.
Saw him first.
I would have never went there. So I was going to go to Florida.
Okay. Shaka Smart was down there at the time.
No, it was what's the name?
Donovan.
Billy.
Wasn't Shaka
Shaka on staff.
was
On
the
staff.
Yeah.
So it was they were in Indiana. So I went to Florida, and it's funny. I was the man. Harrison Barnes came the next day. Hey man, watch out. Hey, what's up, Harrison? You doing all right? And which I was cool
You
with.
know what? You told me about this.
I'm
They
cool.
just kicked you aside for
I
Harrison
mean, just moving
Barnes.
to the side, which is okay. But for
Told me
me, in
about
my brain,
this.
I'm like,
No, like you gonna.
I remember that. So when y'all write me these letters, look, I'm not going there. I mean, obviously Florida, they ain't need me. They had the people. In Indiana, I wanted to go. I really wanted to go to Indiana. And then I was like, my parents, man, they can't fly out here. It was a 13-hour drive. And then Tennessee, I was bamboozled at first, but that's where I ended up going.
So did Cam and a guy by the name of Kenny have some influences on you and the reason that you went, man?
So I went with Cam.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
funny. And this is
Okay.
This is,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I went on a visit with Kenny like junior, sophomore year. So me and K Hall was together. I knew K Hall. Cam was my guy. So when I was there, I was with Cam. We went out.
I was the host.
He was the host.
Yeah.
So we went out, good time with
Shout out to Big U. Big U.
Your brother was there too.
My brother was
right?
there.
Shout out to Big Bro.
So I went to during the recruiting process. I didn't like it.
Okay.
I didn't like people showing up to my school unannounced. I'm doing stuff in class. I look up. It's college. They looking through the window. I hated that shit. I didn't like that. So I committed Tennessee my junior year. I said, let me get out the way, commit. So Cam, I knew Cam was nice. I'm like, Cam gonna be gone. And I knew the Hop was gonna be gone. Hop was supposed to be gone. Hop was supposed to be one and done. They compare.
It was Hop.
They compare Hop to
and
Kobe.
JP. No, they compare Hop to LeBron.
One of them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's no way Hop gonna be here. My junior year, he was there. My senior year, he was high school. He was still there. I'm like, he gotta leave next year. Somebody gotta leave.
Somebody got to leave.
I get there. My freshman year,
They both
He's
still there.
still there. Cam there. He there. Everybody's still there. So,
All right, Jordy.
you know what I'm saying? So at that point, I'm like, I'm not finna play. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, because Hop was nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Cam was nice.
But y'all turn is always my turn now.
But see, from, like I said, from where I'm from, I'm telling people, and this was like kind of not peer pressure, but just kind of like, I had like the city on my back. I'm the first high-level Division I player ever.
And at that time,
ever
Tennessee
out of there.
was up at that time.
Tennessee's up.
Yeah.
They
Up
just
at
went to
that
the
time,
Elite
so-
Eight the year before.
No, we went to the Sweet
Sweet 16.
You went to the Elite Eight with us, right? You was
No,
on
I
that
wasn't
team?
there. Y'all went to Elite Eight. I came the next year.
So what? Yeah.
So Tennessee was
we-
on
we-
top.
We did Elite Eight.
So you know what I'm saying? So I go and I'm telling people back home, yeah, I'm one and done. Yeah, I'm out. I get to Tennessee and I'm not looking at the court.
Boy, 4-5 in front of you.
Man, that was my focus was never on basketball. And shout out to Tobias because Tobias, he worked out. I remember Tobias got up at 6 a.m.
6 a.m. I worked out with the Breakfast Club. You and
morning.
Ryan Saha.
Every morning. Tobias got up. K, I wasn't.
Sometimes.
K, you was in there sometimes, but I wasn't there every day. I'm not going.
I was there every.
I'm not going to say on this camera a lot.
I know this. I was there every day, bro.
I wasn't.
6 a.m.
I wasn't. So basketball wasn't. Then from where I'm also from, we might have 30,000 people. It was 30,000 people on campus.
Yeah. Your city is in the campus.
So a lot of girls, and that played a big part in my adjustment period was. You know what I'm saying? My adjustment period was.
That's why he.
It was crazy. I was having my first son my freshman year of college.
That's right.
Are you shooting at the club then?
So my
Well,
adjustment
your
period.
step back jumper been right.
No, see, well, you know what it was?
Uh-huh.
Just being able to do what I wanted back in high school. I got out of school at 12 o'clock. School didn't get out till 3. I got out at 12. The girl that my son's mom, she got out at 12.
So from 12 to 3, y'all were working. Y'all went ahead and just closed the rest of school down.
Nah, not gonna practice. There was nothing.
You had legs to go back?
He was young, bro. He was young, bro.
Yeah, y'all wasn't doing two-a-days.
Hey, man, this dude
Well,
here.
I was doing two-a-days back then, 16, 17, man.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my focus. Getting to college, it wasn't right. That's for sure. It definitely wasn't. Basketball wasn't what I was focused on.
But how you was able to recover? Because boy, I never recovered after 16. I'm just being real with you.
I just, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
He different, bro.
Yeah, I just.
Rocket Road.
Shout out to Brock. Shout out to Brocket Road Exit 3,
Rocket Road.
East Side. You know what's going on.
Strokers.
Strokers.
Jesus.
But
Hey.
all right, so come on your visit. Cam Tatum shows you an amazing video.
Not in
He
third
shows you an
person.
amazing-
Not in third person.
He did.
Not in third
Yeah, I had a
person.
good time for sure.
He
I
showed
had a
you
good
an
time.
amazing time. You know, say your brother. You know, what I'm saying you might not be with everything, but your brother was with everything. He was like, "What you
Boy.
with? Let's go,
Boy.
bro." Like,
Yeah.
bro enjoyed his big brother enjoyed the visit damn near more than he did.
Hey, man, I had a good time.
Was
So
Cam
his
Tatum about to
brother-
sign his letter of 10
So
again?
his brother was about to side and fall. Like, if you don't come here, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, he showed him a good time. And you know what's crazy is that here I am showing this dude a good time and trying to get him to come here, and they recruiting him over me.
They weren't. They ain't act like it because I ain't get on the court.
It's not because I would say,
And I can admit, I wasn't ready to play as I thought I was.
exactly
I came in college, I was 160, I think, when I came in college.
Boy, use the pebble side. Boy, you had the whole pebble package going.
But it was crazy. I was athletic.
he was
I
athletic.
was super athletic.
But he just
I wasn't
wasn't. I had
skilled.
already been there for 2 years. I had already had weight training up under me.
I wasn't skilled either.
I was getting up along with K Hall, getting up at 6
K.
a.m. with
Hall
Tobias
wasn't
and
getting
working out.
No, he used to get scared to work out.
But I was getting up. So it was kind of like, and then once I found out and I heard that that's really what they were doing, like, man, they really, like, because I played with the Celtics too.
Yeah.
So I had the same connections that Jordy had.
Yeah.
So the Celtics people were calling me saying like, hey, man, you really know that they kind of like made you an afterthought. They bringing him. And it's like, well, shit, they ain't talking about me like I'm finna go to the league. So the only thing they think about is just like, oh, yeah, we bringing him because he had the, we're going to get into it right now. He was the Kentucky Derby. What else did you
I
have?
had a few accolades.
He had way more accolades than I had. So it was like, okay, for the way that Coach Pearl was moving, it
All
made
he cared about
sense.
was accolades.
Yeah,
That was his thing.
It made sense. So I was like, dang.
If you had him,
And it's
Rick
crazy.
Curry
I was
bust
like,
you up and about to throw you to the
you
side.
didn't
don't
have
even
me.
want you no more.
You didn't sign me to this kid to have a recruit. You had me bring him in and all that. And the whole time you
But
had
the-
me signing over somebody who's going to replace me. You had me trying to recruit my replacement. Bro, at the time, and at the time, there was a lot of comparisons between me and Jordy.
Yeah, it was.
We were built the exact same. When he was coming out, it was like, bro, this is Cam Tatum 2.0. Like, he's going to be better than Cam Tatum. Like, long arms, long arm reach, did everything that I did. So I was like, oh, these. And that's what the report. I was like, oh, they really recruited up.
But it was. I wasn't ready though. I thought I was, but I wasn't ready. And in my mind, I was super immature back then. And I was getting suspended off the team. I was immature.
Can we go into that real fast?
Why you get suspended off
Can we go into that real fast?
I mean,
because this could be a
it's
learning curve from it, man.
I didn't know how to deal with adversity at the time.
Okay.
It was never a point in my life where
Hey, Harry, man, can you put a gym?
I need a bone.
I saw you did it on a couple episodes when you put gyms. Like, this is a gym because I want kids to understand, like, everybody with this transfer portal and all this type of stuff, take heed to what he's saying right now. He's just saying, like, I ain't know that people were going to be here. I was just talking.
And then when I got there, I had the attitude was like, they there, so what? I'm still going to play. I'm nice. But the thing about it was, I mean, what adversity have I dealt with? Well, on South Georgia Kings, I was a man. Liberty County High School, I was a man. The Celtics, it was 3 of us, but I was still the man. I still got my burn. When I got to college, it was like, and then this is something that really like my mind completely clicked out basketball. I'll never forget. Coach Pearl calls me in the office and says, we have one more spot. It's either behind Cam or Scotty, one of them. He say, between you and Ronaldo Woolridge. He said, I'm gonna let y'all battle it out in practice this week.
Shout out Swiper Boy.
And see whoever, you know what I'm saying, whoever wins the battle in practice better you're gonna play. I swear to God, right-handed guy, we come in practice that day. He says, Ronaldo, you got the last spot. I'm like,
You were just supposed to battle it out.
you're just supposed to battle it out. So at that point, I was like, oh, fuck it.
So based on that, because we had the interview prior, we was talking to Spoon about, you know what I'm saying, just about loyalty and things like that, especially the middle Spoon about loyalty and things. Looking back at it, would you have made a different decision and a better decision than over Tennessee looking back? Even though, you know what I'm saying, after BP leave, it worked out. But would you have made a different decision saying, hey, I probably would have went to a school where I could play, or did you need those moments, those adversity and the change of coaches and all that to help develop you to who you are now? But looking back, as my man Cam Newton say, hindsight 50-50. With hindsight being 50-50.
So me and K Hall, I don't know if K Hall remember. Remember we wanted to go to we wanted to transfer to Villanova. We wanted to leave. And then me and him both was just like, man, for me, I don't like too much change. I don't know what K Hall felt, but we knew the campus. We had our friends. We knew our teammates. For me, I didn't want to start that part over. But when Coach Martin came, I can say to answer your question, he changed our lives. We all hated him at first, but he changed for the better. But when I say to start, if I would have knew that my freshman was going to be like that, I probably wouldn't have went there just because the structure which we had wasn't conducive to how we were. Not saying BP did nothing wrong. BP just wasn't a kind of coach that was on you. Yeah. And we kind of needed that. We didn't know we needed it. Well, maybe not everybody. I can talk for myself. I needed that. And with BP, it wasn't like that. Like, if I didn't go to class for 2-3 days, if I didn't do something, it was just, I didn't fear nothing. If I didn't go to class, like, what's going to happen?
You could have been on your same bullshit.
Yeah, I realized what the jail
bad habits, correct. Bad habits, yeah.
They make you run in the morning, but them running in the mornings with what was it, Tommy? What was the dude's name? What was the trainer's name? No, the trainer, the first trainer we had. Troy have us run 4 or 5 suicides and you get up out of there. It wouldn't mean nothing. Yeah, when you got in trouble with Coach Martin,
oh boy, it's
like it literally, like not real shit. When he got there, my sophomore year, I was like, I don't know if I want to play basketball anymore. The shit was that hard, and I was like, we hooping. This ain't supposed to be this damn hard, man. I swear to God, I didn't know if I want to do it no more.
So after that, man, now finally, Cam's gone, Scotty's gone. Everybody's gone, and you got this new start with Coach Martin.
By the time my junior year, when you left, that's when I was playing well, and then I wasn't starting.
Cam was holding you back.
Nah, Cam was holding me back because I still didn't start when he left. I still didn't start. So my junior year, K Hall was there. I didn't start, And one game against Memphis, we getting our ass beat on like CBS. Joe Jackson, Adonis, they had a squad. Antonio Barton, they just had a good ass team, and we getting beat. So I'm playing. I'm like, fuck it, let me go out here and try something. So I go out there, had like 28. We almost win the game. The next game, Coach Martin, he puts me in starting lineup, and we're starting SEC play. So I went from not starting all season to winning by a lot of analysts. I won SEC Player of the Year. So when I say my life changed in a matter of
one game,
like one
that
game,
decision, like I'm
because
going
my confidence was crazy.
So again,
my confidence went up through the roof. I'm like, because I didn't play for 2 years almost.
Yeah.
So my high school confidence was gone by then.
Yeah.
I've been in college, not playing for 2 years almost.
So let me ask you this. This is just going back to what we was talking about earlier. We talk about rebounds. We talk about blocks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you're still able to block shots, rebound, facilitate. But the scoring is what got you in the starting lineup.
Scoring's what got me in there.
So why do we tell kids about everything else when the score? Like I'm just saying, like.
But that's what I'm saying. But this is the thing, though. But it's a gift. Like
like he was already special.
It's everybody in the score.
Just talked about his
I understand
out of high school.
Like Marshawn Brooks. And what's crazy is my numbers back then didn't mean shit. You let a kid right now average 24, 8, and 7 and 4 blocks a game.
Kids ain't
that's almost a triple double 10 years ago. That wasn't talked about.
I see kids that are averaging 18 points a game, 17 points a game.
I mean, folks going first round off 12.
And getting player of the year.
They going first round off 12 points in college now.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like my scoring, but that's also, you want me to play defense. You want me to do this, but that, like I said, nobody hires me to do that. You hire me to score, and everything else I do is a plus.
Yeah.
So me giving that confidence back after I play on, it's national TV. I get 28 on Memphis. After this, I'm like,
Spoon wasn't there, was he?
I think was Spoon there?
Spoon wasn't there, was he?
Cam was gone.
I think Spoon was
gone.
Spoon was gone.
Don't let Spoon hear that.
Don't let him say, hey, Spoon tapping in right now, like.
Nah, that gave me all the confidence I needed. So I literally went from that.
Oh, I'm gonna stir that pot and say, boy, Spoon. Cray said he had 50 on you. Man, hold on.
Hey, bro.
Hey, tell me acting real light skin. Tell me acting real light skin. I just called you on IG. You ignored me. Nah, man. Hey, man. Spoon, I just called your IG. You ignored me like that, man. All we done been through.
Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2.
Hey, dog. Cray said he gave you 50 when you was at Memphis. He said he gave you 50 off the bench.
You know what happened?
Hold on, bring it over here, can we get him on the microphone real fast? Hold on.
Hey, look. Jordan had 50 one time in Asia against them little bitty Asian niggas.
Hey, man, this Asian hate month now. This Asian hate, bro. We got to stop the Asian hate, bro. We got a whole banner in there. The president just signed the law, dog.
Hey, Jordan had 50. The tallest nigga on the court was him.
Hey, I always gave y'all a problem. Hey, Spoon, you know that.
No, Jordan, listen, I'm not saying you did, but 50?
I didn't say 50. First of all, the only person I've ever seen consistently score 50 in college was Marshawn. I never touched 50 in college. He don't gas it.
Hey, man, hey. Hey, Spoon, he said he made you check out the game early,
Hey,
dog.
You know one thing about me, you ain't gonna be around my fellas.
Hey,
hold on. Hey, Spoon. All right, we want to ask you one thing, man. You're going to get on here talking, man. Your show was last week, man. It's my episode, man. It's my episode, man. Hell wrong with Spoon, man.
Oh, man.
Nah, but, I mean, I ain't never touched 50 in college, but I had some big games in college.
Hey, bro.
Hey, K-Hall, let me ask you this. Let me ask K-Hall something.
All right.
Because, I mean,
y'all know what the fuck going on.
Because from him, he really seen it, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's my witness. Like, Skylar McBee was starting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know who that is. The starting line was Trey Golden, Skylar, and
shout out
Josh
to
Richardson.
Skylar, Kansas McBee.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we went from, what's crazy was me and K Hall we used to come off the bench. We used to come off the bench, and me and him used to rock out.
Well, y'all, you know what? Y'all look like damn Lou and Trez for real.
Man.
That's right.
Well, y'all look like Lou and Trey, bro. This some real Lou Trey type shit, bro.
You remember that one practice, man? We had these niggas. We had coach cut practice.
Man, because we were on a scout team.
Okay.
So you know the scout team is say we play in Kentucky.
He got to be AD or something.
He may be AD. I may be John Wall or something.
Yeah.
So it ain't no limits to what we can do, and there's no fear. So me and K, I'm throwing the backboard, I'm throwing oops behind my head. We used to kill. Our scout team at one point used to kill. Our scout team could have been a starting low Division I.
Y'all had that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
It was
talking shit.
we talking big shit. Talking to the coaches. Y'all need us. Blame me. They used to hate us. They used to hate us. But that's how we were. We were having fun there too.
Hey, bro, I think it was the Florida game though when you had that. I'm gonna find it.
Wichita State.
Was it Wichita? No, I
I
thought
had
it
a
was
few
Florida.
of
Nah,
those.
he dunked on somebody. I want to say it was against Florida.
I
Now
had
it
one Florida,
it
too.
was Florida.
I had one Florida too.
Now it makes sense why you did it now.
Oh man,
Hold on, I'm gonna find that.
So as we talking about that transition from your sophomore to your junior year, we talk about like confidence. You averaged 15.7, and you shot 80% from the free throw line. You shot 40%, 42%. What's the rebound
Ole
totals?
Miss.
Ole Miss. I can't.
No, he was there. Man, you was there against Ole Miss because that's when the drum was drawn in.
Dog is going.
No,
blurry.
you had one dunk.
Against Ole Miss.
That's that Ole Miss, that baseline.
Oh
blurry.
yes, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
Remember
Ole
my
Miss.
sophomore
remember
year?
that.
Remember my sophomore year? I started turning a little
yes,
bit.
yes.
I started to turn the corner a little bit my sophomore year.
That Ole Miss.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I turned the corner a little bit my sophomore year.
That
What's
Ole
so
Miss.
crazy? I went through, and this is what's funny. We went to Cam. You with us? We went overseas, right?
No, I didn't. That was my first year gone. I just missed that.
I played terrible over there, but I worked super hard. And I remember I told my parents, we got back from there. It's my junior year. We got back from overseas, and I told my parents, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be gone for like about 2 weeks." Like, where you going? I was like, "I need to figure this shit out." So I'm like, basketball's all I know. I'm like, I gotta get to the league. Man, I cut everybody off. I ain't really talked to nobody for like that whole summer. I was eating like salads. I was like doing different shit than I've ever done. Like totally out of my comfort zone.
Who made you do that?
Myself.
Just locked in.
Because it was my junior year, and I'm like, shit, if this shit don't happen now, it ain't gonna happen. So I had to change myself to try to get to the NBA because that's all I wanted to do was be in the league.
Yeah.
So that year, and then lo and behold, I didn't start, and then I got everything I wanted my junior year.
So
I probably should have left my junior year too, but
So then you come back your senior year and you go up a notch. You average, let's just say, really your junior year you average 16, and then your senior year you average 19. So now, you know what I'm saying? Now it's really, I know the talk is really different. You know what I'm saying? Scouts is, starting to beat down your door. I kind of remember things that's kind of heating up. Certain people are trying to give you this or trying to lead you towards this way. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say no names, but I saw it and I was just like, damn, bro. It's like, this is crazy seeing. Like, even though I wasn't there, I was still coming back to Tennessee and I was still around, and I was just like, bro, I remember where you went from somebody who, like you said, was too small to play, and you know what I'm saying, to having this bad attitude to the point where it's like you did a complete. I thought it was your attitude. Like, your attitude to me is what made you do a complete 360 because it was a reflection of your game. Because Coach Mark used to always say,
I just channeled my attitude the right way.
Huh?
I just started being able to channel it in the right way. Cause I never, my attitude really didn't change. I just was.
You knew how to express. You knew how to express it different.
Off the court, Jordy is a silly, playful, he'll text you like some crazy stuff, and I'll be like, bro, you just really send me that? But on the court, when it comes to basketball, it's like he Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And he so once he got that attitude under control, and I think like Coach Martin said, if you act in a certain way on the court or off the court, you can't change it. Like, it's going to transition.
But I can see where you're coming from, no Cam, because you already limited in options coming from Hinesville. So if basketball is like your only ticket and you been the man and now you in a situation where the only thing you got you fighting for, everybody's a threat now because the coach is lying to me. I got a new coach in. I'm fighting for my life. I'm trying to take my folks. I'm seeing all this other stuff. And this is the only thing that can get me out of here. I ain't studying school. I ain't come here to go to school. I ain't come here to do the algebra.
I didn't come to go to school. That was a fact.
I ain't come here to do algebra.
And then the fact that I had to be there,
Yeah.
it really started. It was blowing me.
My major was basketball.
So now you're at the point. So now you sign with an agent, and everything is heating up. And what was your projection to go? Because you got SEC Player of the Year your junior year,
Yeah.
and then your senior year,
Wilbekin got it. I was first team 2 years
first
in a row.
team 2 years in a row. So now, like I said, you're heating up. You really should be
Beating out
and
them
coming out of the
Kentucky boys.
SEC with Kentucky.
Beating out them
and stuff
Kentucky
like that.
boys.
Yeah,
But
coming out of Kentucky and Florida, you should really be a first round pick.
They
So
questioned
it's
my age. That was a big thing. Being a senior
in college. Remember what
being
I
a
told you
senior
in
in
the
college
clubhouse
will
a while
cripple you.
ago.
It will cripple you. So they were like, "How old is he?" But this is what's funny about when I'm all my NBA workouts.
Mm-hmm.
So some teams will list who's in the workout. So your agent will know, oh, Cam's gonna be here, Kenny's gonna be there, he's gonna be there. So when people would see my name, if they listed it,
You were running from it.
then they would take their guy out. Oh, we don't want to see him. They're gonna leave. But then teams that didn't list the names, I would see some of like the top 5 picks. I ain't gonna say his name.
Mm-hmm.
I say one of their names. It was happened to be Clint Capella,
Mm-hmm.
me, and somebody else.
Okay.
And the other dude was supposed to go top 5. And Clint didn't have anybody to go against because we couldn't go against Clint. Clint's 7-1.
Yeah.
So me and him, we going 1-on-1. They called my agent and said, well, we're not going to pick Jordan 5, but we damn sure ain't going to pick him 5 either. Because he couldn't fuck with me on some 1-on-1 me and you.
He got you by 6-7 inches.
No, what I'm saying, no, the other guard who was there.
Oh, the other guard with him.
He was top 5 pick. But he got there on accident because some team, it was a Hawks, matter of fact. They didn't list who was going to be there in the workout. So I ran into him. But I'll have so many workouts where people, oh, Jordan here? Nah, I'm good. They didn't want to work out with me.
I remember we had that conversation.
They don't work out with me.
And so we go, what, second round, with 27?
27, I was 58.
58.
And I was
I'm
supposed
talking
to
about 27 second round. So, yeah, what, now that's 28 in the 52nd round.
yeah. So what's crazy about that is I was supposed to go. Team told me they wanted to promise me at 30. They wanted to promise me at 32. Now I knew the draft was going sideways when Kyle Anderson was supposed to be 15. Kyle Anderson went 30.
Yeah.
So everybody behind him, that means everybody's getting pushed back. And I was supposed to have a small party. My family owns a church and they have a gym.
Okay.
We in a gym. Man, next thing you look up, it's the whole Liberty County in that gym. Literally. I didn't invite half the people. People just heard, oh, you know how it's small town. Jordan have a draft party. Jordan have a draft party.
That went on.
Man, when they called my name, at that point, I didn't care. When they called my name, you would have
It
thought,
was the end of the night. It's 11 o'clock at night now.
man, the whole gym erupted. I had family fly down from New York. We had more family at my draft party than we have at some of our family reunions.
Yeah.
So that was one of the biggest moments of my life.
Were you able to enjoy it after being mad, though?
How was that feeling?
Nah, it was just like, I didn't care about the pick. My
Mm-hmm.
thing is 60, I appreciate it being 60 players to get picked in the world, and I was one of them.
And then you having this party in Hinesville.
Oh, man, in Hinesville,
nobody
man,
gets it out. Like we talked
it
about
was
earlier in
a
the show.
huge deal. And like, I like to think that like, me being the first draft pick, now we got 7 more draft picks in other sports. When I did it for me, I don't, my city, every city does it. Who's the best? Who this? Who that?
It ain't no comparison.
I don't really care because Davion Mitchell, shout out, he about to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, who better Jordan Davion? I'm like, bro, I'm happy that I did it and showed him
You laid a foundation.
that it's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Foundation, yeah.
So for me, that's dope. So my whole city was there. When I got picked, man, you'd have thought gunshots went off in there. I think it was so loud. It was crazy.
That's dope.
That's one of the most memorable moments of my life, though.
So you get drafted.
What's so funny is I shouldn't have got drafted.
Wow.
So how the hell that sound? One of the best days of my life.
And you shouldn't have got
I shouldn't have got drafted. I went to summer league.
Uh-huh.
I was first team all summer league. I got drafted by the Spurs.
Killing the summer league.
I got traded to the Philly.
Killing the summer league.
So I'm first team all summer league, right?
Mm-hmm.
First team all summer league. You mean he gonna fuck making a team? He gonna be on the court,
On the court.
in the rotation. So they tell my agent, we want you to sign a 4-year non-guarantee, meaning
They cut you on time.
y'all at home don't know, if you have to make the team after camp, and if they cut you in between any of that time, they don't owe you no money.
Don't get no money.
They say that your last check's what you got. We'll pay for the 2 of the games you play, and you got to go. And then you have to make the team again January 12th. January 12th is the date. So I got to do that 4 times. So let's just say my first year.
After I've already got first team all.
So let's just say I turn into LeBron after that first year. I can't make $1 more than what I'm going to get because they got my rights for the next 3 years.
Mind you, you got draft picks that didn't make that first team all summer league.
And and then I played with Nerlens Noel was on my team.
That he didn't make first team.
He just not starting to play.
So my mindset, my agent mindset at the time was I'm 23, I ain't gonna get out my first contract till I'm like 27. I can't do that. So I told him, no, I don't want to sign that. They say, well, we don't think he's ready to play. My agent said, well, let him go to camp and prove that he's ready to play. And if you don't like him, then you cut him. We was cool with being cut because my first team on summer league. Yeah. Somebody gonna pick me up. They say, no, we're not gonna do that. He can go to Russia or he can go to Australia. Those are his options. Russia is negative 20 degrees. Australia was sunny, and the season was only 6 months.
The NBA team is controlling where you go overseas too.
They got my draft rights, but they knew they had connections in both. The coach used to coach in Australia. Okay. Australia league was just kind of getting started. Yeah. So I was like, oh, it's sunny in Australia. Australia's the opposite. When it's winter here, it's summer there. Yeah. So I was like, I'll go there. Season's short, 6 months. I go there, and I average 20. I'm first team.
My boy Steven.
Dennis.
Steven Dennis.
I'm first team there. I get back from there 6 months. You think they call me on the team? Nope. I played with their G League team for the rest of the year. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, y'all played together in the G League.
Mm-hmm. You left.
And then you start going nuts because you set a couple of D League records.
That next game after I left, that's when you scored like 63 or something.
Yeah, 70. What's the most points you scored?
It was 61.
You didn't score the 70?
In a different league.
We put 6-3 on Spoon.
Rocky Top.
No, you put it on Spoon. Then
what's your highest in the D League?
61. I broke the record at that time.
It's 61. 61. I think.
Matter of fact, that was a couple weeks after I left because when I went to the Warriors, 2 games in, we played. It was a nigga with Utah G League that this nigga broke the record one night. Next night, he played us.
Russ broke it.
Something wrong with that ass nigga. Then the very next night, played us. Broke the record again. And then like the next week, they talking about this nigga that broke that motherfucker.
It was so crazy. After I broke the record, I didn't know it was that big of a deal. Yeah, but getting drafted turned out to be it turned out to be not that good.
So all right, so like afterwards, you got your D League. So when you went back to Cleveland, when you went to Cleveland, that was after the D League, after you going crazy in the D League?
So I go to Phoenix first. I go to Phoenix and I'm playing for Jeff Hornacek. Like I'm playing. Jeff Hornacek, of course, he gets fired. Yeah. So I did 2 10 days there. I went to the G League for 1 game, and I went to the Cavs, and I was with them.
So you with Bron and Kyrie?
That was crazy. Like when my agent was like, "You want to the Cavs?" I'm like, we used to watch Bron's his tape. Remember the high school joint he had? So we used to watch that for sure.
So let me cut in real fast because you got personal experience, man, and everything. So I don't even want him in this conversation. Who the GOAT, man? Who your GOAT, bro?
LeBron.
You can't spell Jeffrey without Y. You can't, like, you see in this Goatee? Shout out to Goatee, man. Greatest of all time.
Hey, man.
You can't spell
Cam,
Jeffrey without
you
Y,
only seen 6. This man.
No, I can't. I mean,
I can't spell Jeffrey without
Let's not talk to him, man. I'm talking to you, bro. This is all about you. Who the GOAT, bro?
94 feet, though.